Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a good one. So there is a lot to actually review today. Um, you're probably wondering, why did cryptos shoot up yesterday? Meme coins absolutely took off, and that includes Pepe. Now, Fed Chair Powell, during his testimony yesterday, said that stablecoins should be regulated, should be seriously regulated. He sees it as an asset class. Actually, he sees cryptocurrencies as a new asset class and sees stablecoins as money and should be regulated as like money markets and bank deposits. And I sat there and I was like, whoa, that's huge. He also said that Bitcoin has staying power. It's nowhere near its high, but it does have staying power. And what does that say to you as an investor, whether you're running your own e-commerce business, storefront, just doing business in general? To me, as such a person, it says to me that cryptocurrencies are here to stay and the recognition is there. That's huge, like beyond huge. So you saw Bitcoin shoot up, Ethereum shoot up. I mean, just all these coins just absolutely shoot up. And later on, we will get into the numbers. And I'm sorry for people that are not on, that U platform, because that's where you actually get to see the numbers. Just because we can have a much longer video rather than just 10 minutes. I tend to be a little bit between 10 and 20 minutes in my actual show. Now, back to the news. Valkyrie Investments joins Grayscale, Invesco, BlackRock, and even recently Bitwise in filing for a spot Bitcoin ETF. The list is growing and it's causing more noise for the SEC. The SEC, who might have been caught with their pants down, spreading FUD about Binance. They were saying that Binance.US funds or customer digital assets were flowing offshore. But this time they actually got asked by the court directly if that was the case. And let me read you the actual response. The actual response was, so currently, the assets are not going offshore. We're not seeing any outflows of money outside the United States. But that's part of your thing against Binance. What? So I look at this and I just go, this is why people do not trust the SEC. This is why. Because they went on this campaign running around spreading FUD, a United States agency spreading FUD about a private business. Excuse me. That ought to tell you something. That ought to tell you a lot. So is the rest of the case based on fact? This situation is so bad that Binance has actually asked the court to force the SEC to comply with the rules of conduct. Citing another point, such as, it was an emergency relief that the SEC secured, with regard to Binance US's assets and everything. And Binance was like, but that's not true. This was secured through months of negotiations where the two parties finally agreed. The SEC is not trustworthy, in my opinion. And I'm going to be paying a lot more attention to anything that the SEC does, because I don't know that they're worthy of actually overseeing anything. I think the skill set is there, but I think the upper echelon of the SEC needs to be, let's say, overhauled, to say the least. I think that's going to be a very big deal. Now, along with that, all that great news, Deutsche Bank, right? Deutsche Bank is coming out and saying that the United States is headed toward a recession. Furthermore, they're citing that the rapid increase of interest rates, the rapid hikes, the rapid succession, is what's causing it, and that a hard landing is unavoidable. If you sit back, you can kind of say to yourself, I could see that. I know me personally, I can definitely see that. But I think there could be a slither of hope that we have a soft landing. We'll see. We're going to have to see it play out. You have other countries around the world raising their interest rate hikes, doing their interest rate hikes right now. So I think it's inevitable. One of the things that I read earlier this morning was, I know it's crazy early now, but earlier this morning I was reading and it said that the United States debt rate raised up another $500 billion. That's $500 billion in just 2 weeks. Policies need to change. The policies absolutely need to change. Now, if you want to look at it from a political perspective, you're going to have Republicans say that it's Democrats' fault. But I don't know. If you're not collecting taxes from the rich and you're constantly giving them, tax write-offs and you're constantly giving them tax relief, that means the United States is going to have less income, which means that we're not going to have an easy way to pay our bills. And you wonder why people are running to crypto. This is why. People want to protect their value and they're running to crypto to do so. And we've got testimony that says crypto's not going anywhere. It's going to be here. So if you're not involved in crypto right now, do your own research and get involved. And your first involvement is doing research. Just do your research on it. Don't listen to talking heads and all that good stuff. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Speak with a real and licensed financial advisor that actually knows about crypto, and then you will become more educated. And notice how I said licensed. You have a lot of knuckleheads out here that are telling you all kinds of things about crypto other than their opinion of the news. That's what me and my kids do. We share our opinions about the news we are reading while we're doing our own research. But these other people are out here trying to tell you that you should buy this and buy that. You should do this and do that. Do your own research. That's all I'm telling you to do. Do your own research. Become educated in a space. That's what it's going to take. Some good news. Polygon has been seen as one of the 100 top most influential companies in the crypto space. That's actually big. And they're shooting up, not just because of that, but because they're looking at taking the Polygon POS platform and upgrading that to ZK EVM Validium. And what that means is that you'd have the security of Ethereum, right? But the speed and scalability of Polygon on top. And that proposal was made, and it's got more than just legs. I think it's going to happen. That would make Polygon ridiculously fast, ridiculously scalable, things that Ethereum doesn't have right now, on top of Ethereum's security. That's big. So I'm expecting that. I'm actually expecting that to happen, and I'm happy that they're actually being recognized on a global level. That's pretty cool. Somebody else that's being recognized, or another entity that's being recognized on a global scale, Ripple. Ripple just secured approval in principle for, let me read it to you, major payments institution license in Singapore. There are 190 companies that achieve the same thing, right? Along with them. But there are only 11 that are doing digital payments. That speaks volumes. You know what else it says? It says that Singapore for eons has been, another financial hub. It ought to tell you something that, they're moving into crypto in a major fashion very quickly. Whether they like it or not, yelling, kicking, screaming, scratching at the walls, whatever, it's a big deal. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should get into the numbers. So let me refresh the numbers while I flip the screen. So Let's take a look at the losers. There are none, because you know I have that 5% rule. I have a 5% rule where I pay attention to things above 5%. And for me to pay attention to 5%, there's got to be a preceding, marker that shows me that it's also above a 5% swing. It's not 5% positive, 5% negative. You could be 3% down and all of a sudden turn, 3% up. That's a 6% move. See what I'm saying? So I'm paying attention. My number for crypto is 5%. That's just my little thing. But on the other side, look at Pepe, up 43%. We're talking about in the last 24 hours, up 43%. It's now ranked. Last time I spoke about Pepe, it was ranked, I think, 72. Now it's ranked 68. It's kind of a big deal. Market cap of over 640 million. I don't know about you, but that's kind of a big deal. No, I'm still not touching Pepe. I'm not. I tend to, get involved in things where I believe it has legs, where I believe it's got a future beyond just playing the numbers on how much the coin is worth, right? That it's actually got legs. It's got, use cases. That's how I tend to make my investments. But Pepe is up. Let's see who else's name I recognize. Stacks has been up for a couple of days. In the past 24 hours, it's up 16%. Singularity is up 15%. Let's see who else. Shiba Inu up 13%. ApeCoin, wow, that's interesting, 10%. Cardano up 9%. Let's see, Cardano's got a lot going on. Don't sleep on Cardano. Gala is up 9%. So there are big movers in the space going on right now. Big movers. When you look at the big board, you can see. I told you yesterday, I've been telling you, my happy number, my happy space for Ethereum is above 1800. Well, it's above 1900 right now. That's right. It was in the 1700s, early yesterday or something like that? And all of a sudden, thanks, Powell. Appreciate it. Not going to appreciate the recession, but I appreciate this move. Bitcoin up above 30,000. These are major moves. These are things that I keep telling you about, that there is potential for positive upgrade, positive uptick, but we have to maintain that level for a while before we can see that uptick happen again. So you can see a lot of movers. Matic is pushing, is touching on 70 cents. Shiba Inu is up. Just look at the numbers. Cardano is up. XRP, Polkadot, Avalanche, Doge is up. Doge is still down from the 7.5 cents that it's normally at, but it's got major uptick right now at 6.7 cents. What else do we have going on? Let's see. There you go. And there has been more, Ethereum minted than burned, as you can tell right here. So we're just above that mark. Index, we're at 65. Wow. I wonder why. Is it because Powell had said, hey, look, listen, you better be paying attention to cryptocurrencies. They're real. They see stablecoins as money. It's kind of a big deal. All right. DeFi Llama. Woo. Total value locked up to 57.44 billion. That's big. I like the positive tick forward and upward. We've got a long way to go before we get to, the hundreds, 200s mark where we used to be all the way back here. We're a long way away. Long way. All right. But we're still moving in a positive fashion. And I think that's worthwhile. Now, if you look at my chart, this is what I was showing you before. Look at my crosshairs. Right here at 26,475 is my bottom part of the band. And up here at 31,580 is the top part of my band. And now we're past that 28.28 mark that I keep telling you about. We have to sustain above that 28.28 mark for a little bit before we could possibly see anything going over that 31,580 mark. That's just my look when I look at the numbers and when I look at how how volume is and everything else. That's what I'm seeing. Right? So I'm paying attention to this because I think we can do it. I honestly think we can do it. But we have to maintain above that 28 mark to actually make it happen. What I am expecting is that you're going to see people take some profit, right? Just like in the stock market, I believe people are going to take profit. But I think after people settle down, take their profit and everything settles down, we'll still be above the 28, and I think we'll wind up going up again. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. Hope what I'm doing is helpful to you. I hope it helps you start your day with doing your own research. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.